Hello there. Chances are, if you're watching this video, you know me because I sent you the link. But in case you don't, I'm Chris Kunkel. I currently serve as the Public Works Director for Upper Dublin Township. And the reason I'm sharing this video with you is that I stumbled on a little software solution that I think is ideal for government use. We were looking for a simple work order system. What we found was an information management and tracking system that is so simple that it really made it incredible. I'd like to just give you a quick demonstration by this video. And my hope is that maybe you'll be interested in trying it out for yourself. I have no affiliation with this company, no financial interest or anything like that. I just see an opening for local users like us that might want to collaborate on how to use it more effectively. So with that, let me jump right into what we're doing with this. This is the desktop that we created in this system. This has all been completely custom created to manage our department. All these headings that you see, all these different menu items are completely flexible, can be used for, be programmed in any way or organized in any way that you see fit. But here's the powerful thing about this. Everything that you see here is available on the desktop. The information is on the cloud. You can also self-store, but it's available anywhere you have a web link, just like you view it here. But it's also available on mobile, and it's also available to non-system users through a URL link. And when I demo the power of all that it gives you to have that kind of access to the information, I think you'll see what I'm talking about. But it instantly allows you to share everything as you control it anyway, either on a mobile app or through a URL link, as well as the user access, meaning that anybody that you choose can see the data that you have, team members, your board, your consultants, even the public. Let me give you a quick example of this. This is our sanitation ticket system. And we get an average of about 30 to 50 customer calls a day. They're usually pretty easy requests, a broken lid, a missed pickup, or something like that. But due to the volume and the number of people that we have involved in this, that it becomes a challenge to keep it on track. And let me show you how it works. So this is the form to enter in an issue. This form is completely shareable, and I'll just go to the link real quick. Just bear with me with the screen flicking around. But this form is available on the website, but also as a separate link. It can be embedded at HTML. So that means that the public, if a resident has an issue, they can go in here and report that sanitation issue. And when they do, it comes right into our system right here. And it's very powerful. The receptionists just keep this open during the day. And so as a call comes in, rather than taking a message, they put it right into the system, and it comes right into what you see here. And not only that, but our foreman, he also has access that he can view all this from his mobile device. There's an app, and I'll see if I can. This is all of the open. I know it's not going to display real well, but you get the idea that everything that is available on that screen I showed you is available to the supervisor as he's out in the field in live time. Meaning, and I'll tell you the situation that we had that was going on. You know, we have parts of our townships that at certain times of day are 20 minutes away, 20 minutes up, 20 minutes back. You could literally have a call come in, they're up there, and the call come in, they not know it, come back and have to go right back out there. This did away with that. It's also allowed for an incredible level of collaboration that did not occur before. Yeah, here we go. So this ticket came in, and the complaint was a Christmas tree was left on her side lawn. Can she put it out with her yard waste pickup tomorrow? And so the supervisor, probably via his mobile app, responded right back. We can get it tomorrow if it's out. Now, I showed you that the receptionists have this. Well, the other thing that we were able to give them that they never had available before, I'll show you. The reception, this is why I said everything can be shared via the web, either by HTML or a web link. So the receptionists also have this. So when they put that ticket in, 2207 Ash Grove, and then they saw this pop up coming back from the supervisor. And now if I get a phone call as the department head about this issue, I can go right in there. I would go in as a user. And, you know, if I got a call from 2207 Ash Grove, Yes, Nora, we have your documented here, and we'll be by tomorrow to pick that up for you. Anything else I can do for you today? Silly little issues like that. It feels so great. It's the idea that the customer can enter the request, reception, or any township staff. If I get a complaint myself, I just put it right in the system. It's that easy. Receptionists can see all the open tickets. So when somebody calls back, the info is right there, and the supervisor has access via his web app. This has changed the way we work because it's brought back a new level of information sharing that's unbelievable. Let me show you a way we're collaborating with this. This is our administrative task list for the department. And I think it's on page 2 here. I was showing somebody else. And here it is, ideas to promote proper recycling campaign. And where this came about, this is entered by me on April 30th and assigned to our sanitation manager. And the reason I did this is because my wife kept bugging me about certain things she wanted to see done for community education because she hears me complain about it. And finally, at the dinner table, I said, you know what? Let me just put this task in right now because you're right. This needs to happen. Well, lo and behold, a couple of days later, I was having a off the cuff discussion with my boss, our township manager. And I said, you know what? We already have an open item for this. Let me add your information. That took place on May 4th. So that in a month, when he comes back and asks me what's going on, and I follow up next week with our senator, I can say, well, here's what we're doing with the program. And it's all right there. If something happens to me, I become ill with something like COVID, all the information's there, and anything can be tracked this way. So a simple little thing became really fun to collaborate on that. Here's something else. Oh, I think it's in that same task list. Well, first of all, there's a very powerful search tool here. So I'm just going to search dead animals and then I'll tell you the story. Dealing with dead animals. So a question came up, and maybe you know what I'm talking about. My sanitation supervisor comes to me and says, hey, we got called out to pick up a dead animal, and what's the procedure? What do we do with it? How do we do it? And I said, gee, I don't know. What do we do with it? And it's one of those things you just kind of stand there and go, well, what do I do with that? Well, I created this. And then the first thing is, and what I feel good about this is the type of question I would get in the past where I have no idea what to do with this and nothing gets done with it. It just never gets corrected. And that's sad, right? Just because we don't know what to do with it. Well, now we have a system to put it somewhere and take action on it, even if we don't know what that action is. So I made some initial notes, and then one of my team went in here and had an idea to contract it out. And then I was following up with some research on the ordinance, and I kind of found our answer there. And from there, I was able to send out an email of clarification on it. It remains open because there's still one situation, meaning if there's a dead animal in our right of way, we haven't figured out exactly how we're handling that. We're probably going to go the subcontractor route or something like that. But it remains open. And the point is this, for my team that report to me, knowing that when they have issues, that it's not going to just fall through the cracks, because that creates frustration on that level as well. You can get a free trial for this, the platform for this. It's kind of like this is a database system, not much different than Access, but it's a lot easier to use. You can try it out at ragic.com. Like I said, I have no financial affiliation with them, no financial interest, not doing this to make any money. If you're interested and you check out the free trial, I'm interested in connecting with it. It's very inexpensive, very easy to use. It completely automates, and I think it creates a system for best practices for municipal governments. Let me show you a couple more things just to pique your interest here. This is a simple contact database that we share, and I do not generally have contact with these individuals directly. However, when I need to have contact, I need to have the most recent information. It becomes very important to me. Here, the entire team has the ability to see it. We have the ability to share this information. Here's a better one. Let me show you this road closure report. So this is the road closure report. This tells you on these dates that this road at that segment is going to be closed. Here's the story on that. We were talking to our sanitation operators, and they told us that for some reason during COVID, there's been a breakdown of communication. They're not finding out when roads are closed. Well, that's a real problem to turn around a trash truck. It affects their routes and so forth. We just gave them a little card that they put in their truck that has that cue card. They click that with their phone, just like you would a menu at a restaurant. And when they do, they see the road closure report. And if it changes, it gets updated automatically. If there was a new entry put in right now, we have somebody that manages this. And so they put it in there and everybody can see it. If I need to know when the roads are closed, I can just go in there right there and see it. Then for the drivers, we also did this. What if they're out and they see it? They go, oh, man, this road's closed, not on the report. Well, chances are we didn't approve it. We want to know about it. So the driver, he clicks that QR code to report a road closure. And right there on his phone, he just puts some basic information in, can even put a photo if he wants, and hit submit, and we have it. I missed something earlier I want to show you in that regard with this sanitation ticket. And I'm sure you have issues like this as well. I think it was this one. So we have certain trash situations that we're not supposed to pick it up. If the cart's overloaded or there's things in the cart that aren't supposed to be there. The drivers were very reluctant to tag the carts in the past because what would typically happen, they would tag the cart and leave as directed. The phone call would come into the office. And of course, the resident never explained that the cart was overloaded and it was contaminated. They had some other story. We ended up having to drive out there, sometimes 2 people, and it just got to be too disruptive. And in the middle of all things, you know, it's just easier to pick it up. And that's pretty much what happened. The drivers were very reluctant to tag it. And so you're never really able to train the public, if you will, to conform to the proper requirements for disposal. We fixed that. That same form that the receptionists have and everybody else has access to, we have a QR code in the trash trucks that they can hit to submit a ticket. And they can submit a ticket saying that the cart was tagged, not picked up. This is our operators entering a ticket in our own system saying, we did not pick this trash up at this location. Why? Recycle cart filled with trash. This resident literally called me that night. They didn't pick up my recycling. Well, you can see why here. That's not recycling. And by the way, so can the receptionist if that person were to call back to them. Where is it down here? Here you go. And she can say, sir, it wasn't picked up. If she's not a user, it downloads that. She doesn't get to see that the same way, but you get the idea. And she said it wasn't picked up for this reason. And all those issues go away. Let me go back to something else. So I showed you the vendor subcontractor sharing. That's just information sharing like you would like with a SharePoint site, but this is just a lot easier. I want to show you this project coordination files. This is our department projects not outside of our routine maintenance. So here's a slip lining project we're doing. I am not personally handling this. It's a big deal. We're pulling 375 feet of 15-inch pipe down a occupied residential street. And there's different notes about what's going on here. Here's all the, if I have to jump in on this because something happens to my supervisor, I've got all the information right here. Here's the contacts. Here's all the information. I want to tell you too how easy it was to implement this. This did not come from me. It actually came from the supervisor that wanted to create the tool for themselves. They wanted it. Everybody's been eager to jump into this. But let me show you something else. Paving and traffic control needs to be addressed. So we have a weekly meeting with our management team. And in this meeting, it says here, Montgomery Avenue, post no parking signs and hand deliver work notice. Bernie's aware, posting Friday, please check Monday morning. I come in Monday morning and guess what? Road's not posted. So Bernie gets a text. Bernie's not happy. Bernie says, well, we thought it would be better to knock on the doors. And I said, well, we've had this discussion before, and the conversation for that should have taken place on Friday, not today. The problem is that we have an out-of-town specialty contractor coming in. The road wasn't posted, and so now we can't tow. So he had a busy Monday morning fixing that. I'm not happy about that, but we had the documentation there. There was no pointing fingers. I knew who was supposed to be doing it. Well, guess what I do too? Because this is an important training moment, right, for management. For next week, for the following week's meeting, the first thing I put on the agenda, discuss Montgomery Avenue prep, posting, and pipe delivery. And you might have guessed by now that we seem to have a trouble with these details getting projects started. Maybe you do too. But not only do we need the system, but we need everybody to carry on. Here's what I wanted to mention about these project coordination files, and I want to show you how to build one real quick. This same type of setup, and I'll just show you how easy this is to use. I'm going to create another land development tracking has been the one. You could use this for grants, right? Imagine everybody having access, and you have the ability to set up who can, edit information. Of course, you can set up user access. Let's do grant tracking. I already did, all right? Grant track. I'll show you how easy this is. We'll build it right now. Grant tracking, create, okay? Here it is. There's no templates for municipal government really, so I'll save you the time on that. All right, so we're going to free tracks, name of grant, applied for, right? On, okay, and grant approved on. Oh, I made a mistake. These are dates, so just go in here and make that a date, and there's the format change. And I guarantee you within 10 minutes, anybody could using this as quickly as me, right? And grant amount, okay? And that's dollars, whatever. I'll just leave it. You get the idea. And then here, we can put this date, and then I'll put item, and then action, and then document, upload, photo, and you can see the system's automatically creating the right type of field. And you could even do URL link. All right, save. I just built this while you just sat there and watched me. Exit. Okay, so let's create one. New, name of grant, test grant, grant applied for on April 6th, 2020, grant approved on May 6th, 2021, grant amount $400,000. And I just threw this in obviously, but the application, and then I can attach a document right there, whatever the case might be. And it's all right there. And once I do that, right, I can share this. I'm doing this live for you. Anybody could do this. I've been using this for 1 month. I have no specialized training. Now, all of the grants could be displayed for your board, for your other department heads, if you chose, that they could go in there and see live what the status of all those grants is. Let me just say this in closing, because I know these videos get long and boring. I want to just talk about the thing is completely scalable, completely customizable. I would love to collaborate with other people on seeing, you could do purchase orders, you could do permits, you can take payments in there. You could use it for special events. You could use it for taking polls online, any data you want. You want to take a poll, you could use that to capture the data and publish live the results as it's coming in, if you chose to do that. There's reporting in there I didn't even get to. And it's all just click. It's like one click. Everything that we designed was for the end user. And that's what made it work out best. When we went to implement, and we're just 4 weeks into really testing, we fell into this thing. I was looking for a simple tool to create a sanitation work order and found something that is much more powerful management and information sharing tool than I ever envisioned. It's really phenomenal. But what we did is we went out, as we started testing, we just said, hey, let me show you what I'm doing here with this. And we're going to form a group of users. Would you like to participate? Nobody said no. Not one person. As a matter of fact, we now have a waiting list of people clamoring to get into this thing. Hey, you can get a 30-day free trial. Like I said, I'm not pressuring anybody. I know everybody's busy, but I guarantee you this can solve a lot of different problems. I'm just skipping through this. I would love to get on a one-on-one Zoom and have a broader discussion, see what your issues are and how we might benefit each other working through it. And look forward to hearing back from you. Thanks for watching.